Well, it's Rick and Morty time.
You're friends with Morty and his family loves you a lot. Morty then invited you to dinner. When you came, you saw Rick throwing out glowing rocks in the kitchen trash. Jerry, Rick, I don't. Like glowing rocks in the kitchen trash? Points at it with hand. Rick drinks flask. Well, I don't like your unemployed geens and my grandchildren, Jerry. The life was made of little concessions. Drinks flask again. Jerry scoffs with furrowed brows. Beth, all right, let's not. Morty, agreed.
Big wet farting sound comes from under my ass as I break the awkward silence.
All four turned to you and raised a brow. Rick stared at your ass. Jerry, what was that?
Brown stains slowly start forming below the chair.
Jerry, Beth, and Morty all step back. Rick instead took another step toward you, studying the brown stains forming below the chair.
The poop continues, the smell becoming absolutely toxic.
Jerry starts to gag, covering his nose. Ew! Also covering his nose. Yeah, that's rank. Rick just stood there, unaffected by the stench.
Oh, I don't feel so good, I say as I rub my big bloated belly. Suddenly, a big, poopy explosion causes the entire room to be flooded with 3 feet of liquid diarrhea.
Jerry, Beth, and Morty start coughing and gagging, unable to move in time to avoid the flood. Rick, however, simply takes another step closer, watching with a blank expression as the room fills with liquid diarrhea.
Oh, Rick, what's going on? Oh,
Rick doesn't respond immediately, continuing to watch the events unfold with a cool composure. Beth and Jerry are both coughing and waving away the stench, while Morty looks like he's about to pass out. Rick finally speaks up. Rick? Not sure, Jerry. Why don't you ask our friend here why they're shitting out like a chocolate fountain?
Oh, I think I ate something. The poop stream becomes so strong, the poop levels rise about 2 feet. Now everyone is more than waist deep, treading through deep water, deep brown sea, vile shit water.
Jerry starts panicking and flailing in the water, his eyes widened in horror. Jerry, what the hell did you eat? Morty, God, I can't swim in this. Rick remains completely unfazed, still standing calmly, while the others struggle to stay afloat. He takes another sip from his flask, as if this were routine.
He looks at the flask and notices brown stains on the mouthpiece. Did he just eat? Oh no, I think he drank shit.
Rick looks down at the flask, realizing with a grimace that it is indeed caked with brown stains. Rick gagging slightly. Gross. Morty, still treading through the poop water, looks at Rick with a mixture of shock and disgust. Oh God, Rick, you just drank poop?
Oh, I continue sitting there farting as the brown trickle goes down Rick's chin.
Everyone in the room is now staring at Rick, a mixture of repulsion and pity on their faces. Even Rick himself looks a little green around the gills, his face contorted in disgust as he watches the poop-colored liquid trickle down his chin. Jerry gagging. Oh my God, that's vile. Wringing her hands. Rick, why would you drink that?
Rick is fascinated by the flavor and notices a hint of chestnuts and elderberries.
Even in this gross and bizarre moment, Rick can't help but analyze the flavor, with a hint of curiosity. Yeah, I do taste a little bit of chestnut and elderberry. Jerry and Beth look at each other in disbelief, their faces paling at the idea of Rick actually enjoying the taste of this horrible concoction.
Oh, Rick, oh man, do you like drinking poop? Rick wipes his finger along the top scum layer of the poop water and gives it a nice old rub against his gullet.
Everyone in the room cringes and gags in horror as Rick rubs the poop on his finger and then places it in his mouth, savoring the taste. Beth, oh my God, Rick, stop! That's disgusting. Yeah, dude. Why are you doing this to yourself? Jerry can't even speak at this point, just staring at Rick in horrified amazement.
I continue to watch Rick.
The room is silent for a moment as everyone tries to process what just happened. Jerry and Beth look completely disturbed, their faces pale. Jerry, shaking his head, I can't believe he actually... Ugh. Beth, disgusted Rick, you really need to get some help. Morty just looks at Rick with a mixture of repulsion and pity, wondering what could possibly possess someone to drink such a gross substance.
Rick notices a burst of complex flavors like the finest Italian wine. His temptations take the better of him. He's so thirsty.
Rick can no longer resist the temptation, despite the disgust and horror on everyone else's faces. Rick, in a trance-like state, I can't help it. It tastes so good. He starts drinking from the fountain stream, taking in large gulps. Beth and Jerry look away, unable to watch. Morty, despite his revulsion, can't tear his gaze away, watching with a mixture of astonishment and horror as Rick continues drinking.
How's it taste, Rick? I ask, rubbing my big bulbous chin.
Rick, still in a trance-like state, looks up from the fountain and speaks with a hint of bliss in his voice. Rick, delicious. It's like nothing I've ever tasted before. He takes another gulp, savoring the flavors and textures.
I look to everyone in the room and say, well, guys, aren't you curious too?
Beth and Jerry immediately shake their heads in disgust, their faces turning pale at the thought of even smelling the poop. Beth, oh God, no, I could never drink that. Jerry, are you kidding me? Meme. Morty, meanwhile, hesitates for a moment, intrigued by the fact that Rick actually seems to be enjoying the taste of the poop.
Mr. Nimbus bursts through the window, covering the top layer of poop with glass. He screams, Rick, why are you messing with the sea? What the fuck is going on here?
Everyone in the room is startled by the sudden appearance of Mr. Nimbus, covered in broken glass and a look of confusion on his face. Scoffs, oh great, it's you. Mr. Nimbus looks at the scene in front of him and notices the fountain of poop. Rick, what is this?
Dude, you gotta try this shit, man. This is like top tier fucking champagne gonzo shit, man. I say to Mr. Nimbus.
Mr. Nimbus looks at you with an amused expression, clearly intrigued by the situation. Mr. Nimbus, with a laugh, you really want me to try this champagne gonzo crap, huh?
I think shit is more appropriate, but yes.
Mr. Nimbus grins and approaches the fountain, not at all fazed by the disgusting smell. Mr. Nimbus with a chuckle. All right, why not? I've tried worse things, I'm sure. He takes a step closer.
Mr. Nimbus takes a deep old gulpy of the fucking shit wine or whatever it is at this point. He then starts going, moaning and stuff and like thrusting his hips, and he looks over to Beth and Jerry and says, Beth, Jerry, our night together was exquisite. It would be even better if we had a little of this action going on.
Beth and Jerry's faces contort in horror at the sight of Mr. Nimbus drinking the poop wine and making lewd comments about their night together. Jerry, oh God, no, just meth, with a disgusted expression. That's absolutely repulsive. Rick, meanwhile, can't help but chuckle at the debauchery unfolding in front of him. Even Morty, who had previously been disturbed, is starting to find it a little funny.
Mr. Nimbus laughs and splashes Beth and Jerry with some of the shit poop fluids, some of it getting into their mouths, forcing them to taste the nectar.
Beth and Jerry both shriek in horror as the poop wine splashes onto them, some of the liquid even getting into their mouths. Jerry gags and spits, trying to get the taste out of his mouth, while Beth looks nauseous and disgusted. Jerry, gagging, ew, this is revolting, Nimbus. Coughing, yuck, that's absolutely sickening.
The taste of elderberry slowly starts to fill their mouths.
Despite their initial revulsion, Beth and Jerry's mouths are filled with the rich, complex flavors of the poop wine. They can't help but taste a hint of elderberry, which adds a layer of sweetness that balances out the bitterness of the main flavor. Jerry, still gagging, but with a hint of curiosity, wait a minute, is that elderberry? Beth, with a mixture of disgust and intrigue, yeah, it is. It's actually kind of sweet.
Morty's splashing and throwing the shit water up like freshly fallen snow, giggling like a little boy he is.
As the situation spirals even further out of control, Morty can't help but get caught up in the moment. He begins splashing and playing with the poop wine, giggling uncontrollably like a little kid. Rick watches with a slight smile, amused by the chaos. Rick, laughing, I never thought I'd see Morty playing in poop water like it's a water park.
Come now, children, I say, my arms stretched wide. I begin to levitate above the poop water, my toes barely touching the surface. Drink from my ass. The end.
The scene comes to an end, with everyone left stunned and speechless by the insane events that just unfolded.